Hello, Star Citizens, and welcome to another video. This is our first ever use case video. So in these videos, what we will be doing is we will be talking about what I would use a particular ship for. We only do one ship at a time in these videos just to keep them clean. I would talk about what I would use the ship for, whether I think it's like under or overvalued, you know, is considering how much it costs, and a little bit about my favorite loadout for the ship. So today we're doing the Avenger Titan. We're going through this in alphabetical order again, so I don't play favorites. So I won't really I won't review the ship. I'll just really talk about what I think it should be used for. And this is a way of like basically, you know, I don't particularly like every ship that's in Star Citizen, but every ship has a purpose in Star Citizen. So instead of me saying anything bad about it, except for maybe its value, I'll just kind of keep it positive, and this will be a way of like, anybody who owns this ship, here you go. Like, here's a way to use your ship and without all the negativity that surrounds it. The only thing I will say is, the only thing that will be, you know, maybe a little negative is if the ship is like cost too much. But even then, I'll just say you should CCU to get the ship rather than just saying like, don't buy it, right? So no issues with that when it comes to the Avenger Titan. So the Avenger Titan, and we'll cut over here. So the Avenger Titan is one of those ships where I really don't know many better starter ships than the Avenger Titan. I think the Avenger Titan, if it's not the best, then it's top 3. And I already did a video that talked about you know, best starter ships, but you could have, there's a way that you could get this ship for less than $60 if you would have bought it in a package. But right now it's $60, and it is 100% worth $60 because it comes with a game package. It comes with a game package, folks. Most ships that come with a game package are worth the price. It's very hard to find a ship that comes with a game package that is not worth the price. So there you have it. It's already worth the price. We don't need to feed any more into that. So what do we need to look at when we look at the Avenger Titan? Well, we need to look at what it has. So to me, the Avenger Titan is the starter ship that is going to make you a decent amount of money, and it's going to get you into some like multi-role gameplay early on in the game, right? Every ship can do package missions, right? So you can pick up a package and take it somewhere. Obviously, the Avenger Titan will excel at that. It has 8 SCU of cargo space anyway, so that also opens it up to cargo missions. It also has a bed, so you can sleep in the bed, which is nice, right? And another thing about it is it has dual access, so you can get directly into the pilot seat, or you can come in through the cargo bay. And that's another thing. That's something that I don't know if a lot of people think about. It also has a decent amount of quantum fuel and hydrogen fuel, so you don't have to like reset and you know, refill your fuel too often unless you're doing some really long range mission, or long range missions. So I mean, I think the last thing is the guns. I think, you know, that front size 4 hardpoint, man, it's got the ballistic Gatling already on it, you know, and then you got the pair of size 2s under the wings. Then you got, you know, 4 size 2 missiles. This thing can do, actually in 3.23, as of 3.23, I would say this is probably one of the better fighters in the game, actually. I think if you're a good enough pilot, you could probably go all the way up to HRTs in this. Just make sure it's gonna take you a long time. It's gonna take you a long time to take out any HRT target, but you can go that high. Yeah. So I wouldn't really do it. I think by the time you get to like HRT level, you should have enough money to upgrade this ship. But what I would use it for is low level bounties. I would use it for storing weapons and things like that, so I can go and do bunker missions. I would use it, as my, to go to and from bunker mission ship. However, now that there's medical ships, I think there's better uses. Like, I think you're better off using a medical ship for bunkers now. So even though obviously any ship that can carry any amount of cargo, you can use it for a bunker run, I just think this ship is best used as your starter ship, or your point A to point B ship if you really like it. And I think you can, start with a few little SCUs of cargo, doing some really, I would take short missions so you don't waste fuel and stuff like that. Even though fuel is pretty cheap on this thing, I would try to, do short range cargo missions. I think another thing I would use it for, like I said, outside of the bounty missions, is I think this is a really good ship that you could actually use to do arena commander with. And I say that knowing that it's not made for that, right? It's not like, this isn't one of those ships that is made for like PvP and stuff like that. However, as of 3.23, it flies really, really well, to the point where I think if you put full ballistics on this thing and you're a good enough pilot, you can do some massive damage, right? I just think that is useful for that. Another thing is my loadout for this ship. So for this particular ship, the Avenger Titan, I would keep everything that it has, because I think it's kind of got a decent mix of parts here when it comes to the Titan. So I would go with if I would keep what it has stock, because I think when you have starter ships, you shouldn't be focusing on putting money into upgrading the starter ships parts. You should be trying to upgrade the starter ship to another ship total. So I wouldn't really put parts in it, so I'll say that up front. But I do want to provide something for the people who do want to upgrade their little Titan, because they love it. So I would say, if you're going to upgrade the shields, keep them industrial. Go from the Bulwark up to the Palisade. So the Palisade is industrial grade A, and it actually just happens to be the best when it comes to shields, as far as like what it's capable of. But again, this isn't going to get you much of an upgrade, and this is just me telling you, what my preferred loadout is. The Breton for the power plant, and then the Glacier for the coolers. So both of those would be glaciers. And then I would get the Atlas quantum drive. So that should be industrial for the shields, industrial for the power plant, military for the coolers, and civilian for the quantum drives. I would keep the weapon loadout stock. It comes with the Omniski or Omnisky, I don't know how you say it, 9s, and then it has the Revenant Gatling. That's an excellent loadout for this ship, enough to put some damage through the hull and enough to pull those shields down. It's an excellent loadout for this ship. You could change out the missiles for Rattlers if you want, but I don't think that's worth it, because again, missiles are pretty expensive. So I think you're better off keeping what you have. But if you happen to shoot all 4 of your missiles, if you didn't hit anything with those missiles, then I wouldn't even replace them. I would just leave them and just fight with your weapons. And yeah, because by the time you need to replace them, you probably will earn enough for another ship anyway. Just keep working with your Titan. Yeah, and that's my loadout for it. What else? I think that's pretty much all I got on the Avenger Titan. I think it's a really good ship because of that value proposition. And I'll tell you, 100 times, if you only pay $50-$60 for this game and you get a ship like this, you can earn everything else in the game. So any ship that's $60, it doesn't even make sense for me to talk about value proposition if you have a game package with it. If you don't, even still, it's cheap enough to where it's like, that's, any game these days where you buy like maybe one piece of like DLC or something like that, or you pre-order or something like that. I mean, the $60 you spent on it plus the what? I think $40 you spent on the game, it's $100. I don't think $100 total spent on a game is crazy. So yeah, Avenger Titan is definitely one of the better ships as far as like value, utility, and pretty much everything that you can do with it. So there you have it, Avenger Titan. All right, next up should be the Avenger Stalker. We'll see if that one has the same utility as the Avenger Titan. Anyway, all right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.